Hello, hello. All right, so welcome back, Scorpios. Scorpios, last night I was doing a video for you, and we were about like 10 minutes in, and my pup got busy barking. Well, he needed me, is what it was, and I'm glad he did announce that he needed me. But in any case, it interrupted us, and I said I'd make it right. So, first off, the of course free link to that video is going to be right there, and I've edited out the dog barks, but it just means that the video kind of like comes to like an abrupt halt. And so because of that, I felt like it's only fair that we do a second video, a second whole mythology storytelling for you guys. So you can still watch that other one, take it as you will, but this is your kind of like do-over, okay? So this time when the pre-shuffle, you got a completely different message for our Scorpios. So the inspiration for this one is going to be Uranus, the father. So in mythology, he is the primordial embodiment of the sky. And he is married to Gaia, the earth. And in the mythology, the two of them sire all of the Titans. So the Titans were the old gods. And it's funny because very much like how the Olympians were the children of the Titans who then overthrew the Titans. Well, same thing happened here. So Uranus was not such a fabulous dude after all, and he decided that he resented his children, the Titans, even though they were powerful gods. And so he imprisoned them in the earth, and Gaia was very distressed over this and helped them to overthrow their own father. So, and then later on, of course, the Titans themselves get overthrown by their children. So we kind of see like this repetitious story of, the children. Basically, it's instead of thinking about overthrowing the parental figures, it's more an encouragement to remind each character that they have to stand on their own 2 feet at some point. They are more than just the whims of their parents. They are more than just the hopes, the wishes, and dreams of their parents. They are their own unique individuals. And so this message kind of encourages characters to see themselves also in the role of like the standing on their own 2 feet, and then one day it'll be their turn where someone else, that they've helped along the way, will in turn need the freedom to express themselves. So like, what kind of a role do we want to play? Hopefully one that is not tyrannical, one that promotes like freedom and encouragement of our children, or whatever it doesn't have to be human children, but whatever a character creates in this life, to also give it the chance to have its own place in this world. So it's kind of an interesting twist on all of this, because it provides a little bit deeper thought process about the freedom to be one's own self. We have a 2 of Swords, we have a King of Pentacles, and we have a 10 of Pentacles. I don't think that this is intended to sound like, oh, somebody's got daddy issues. I don't feel like that's the message in this at all. I think it's more about like self-reliance and standing on one's own feet and own merit in this world, but then also being kind enough to allow others to do the same. The fact that we have this 2 of Swords says somebody's not seeing something clearly. Now, we've got a wonderful King of Pentacles here, but you notice that the 10 of Pentacles can be about an entire legacy. It can be about family. So this could have to do with family struggles, and it could be that someone doesn't recognize in their desire to be loving and giving, it could be their own wishes that they're kind of trying to impress upon someone, like, but I want you to be successful, I want you to carry on the family business, and it's like, well, not everyone is going to want to carry on the family business. And while that's an amazing gift to like have a legacy to hand down to another person, or to share with another person, or even if this were about romance, if this is a wonderful, generous, kind, and giving individual, could be an earth energy that Scorpio is dealing with, but they could be a bit overbearing. Even though all they're trying to do is give, they could actually be being overbearing, saying this is my gift to you, and they don't see how forcing their vision of a happy future upon someone, having it all overly mapped out and saying, here you go, Scorpio, this is how it's going to be for us. it's like they don't see how that could be a bit of a problem. We've got a 5 of Pentacles, and then we've got the 7 of Cups sideways. Especially if this character has been on their own timeline, which is what it suggests. It almost looks to me like we've got a character who has said, oh, here's how it's going to go. This is going to be great. Here I am. I've got all this to give, Scorpio. This is going to be wonderful. It feels like there's been an elapse of time, and now this person's ready to just pop on up with a wonderful offer. But I just don't know that that's the way that really works. You know, who decides like this is how it's going to be? With the 5 of Pentacles, tell me about that card. 5 of Pentacles, oh, we got a 2 of Cups. Is this one of those stories then where we have someone ready for that twin flame union, that I want to be with you, here I am, ta-da, here I am, this is what I'm offering, and we'll do this now. The problem is that offer was left on the table before. They didn't make the offer before. That maybe Scorpio was ready to make the offer before and they weren't ready to accept it. Now they're back in town. Everything's going their way and they're ready to go ahead and offer it. Well, how's Scorpio feel about all this? Hold on, let's change decks here. How's Scorpio feeling about this situation? We've got a 3 of Pentacles in the reverse, King of Pentacles upright. Scorpio's saying, I understand. Yeah, they're coming in ready to give. I'm not ready to cooperate. Well, let's look at that 3 of Pentacles in the reverse a little bit more. Queen of Swords. Whew, Scorpio's not in their watery energy, are they? They're in the logical, clear, concise, I have boundaries, don't trespass on me kind of energy. Don't think that you walk in and you tell me how it's going to go. Don't think that that's how this works. 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. I don't care if you're bringing me the entire universe. You don't walk in and tell me when it's time for me to cooperate with you. And let me explain why. The word cooperation means it's a co-op. It means 2 people are supposed to be doing this. 2 people are supposed to be giving to this. So once upon a time, there was no cooperation. Once upon a time, there was offers left on the table that weren't accepted. And it doesn't seem to click for this person that wasn't like an ever-present offer that would never expire. They're showing up now because they want this. They want this with Scorpio now, and they're coming in to make a tremendous offer. The only thing is Scorpio's not having any of it with the way things are. And I wonder if this is a matter of principle, if this is almost like Scorpio saying, well, slow your roll, cowgirl or cowboy, slow your roll there. I understand you're coming in to make an offer, which is lovely, but there's a lot of history we haven't talked about. There's a lot of things that we need to discuss. What does Scorpio want to talk about? With that Queen of Swords energy, they definitely want to talk about something. They want to talk about Prince of Wands in the reverse, 7 of Cups upright, Prince of Swords. Now, this is Loki who comes riding in on this peregrine falcon. So this is really fast, and it's also Loki as god of chaos. So if Pisces is being approached by somebody who's admittedly coming in with a wonderful offer, but it does feel like they think that they make all the decisions. And Scorpio is saying, this is total chaos. You come racing in. I really don't know what to make of this. You're coming in to make an offer, but this is for a long time. This is for a short time. You're expecting me to make an answer, or come up with an answer right now when I don't even know how to process this yet. This feels like pure chaos. I'm definitely not jazzed by this. My heart didn't just jump into my throat and give me butterflies just because, you're back in town and now you're offering me something. That's not the way this goes. In fact, it feels very confusing and it feels very chaotic. Okay. Even though they're making a huge offer, it's still, Scorpio is trying to explain, do you understand how confusing and chaotic this feels to me right now? Why have you behaved in such a confusing and chaotic manner? Four of Cups. Well, because they have a lot of regrets. What is their underlying regret on this? We've got a Nine of Swords in the reverse. We've got the Five of Wands sideways. It's weird because they're saying one of their big underlying regrets is that they didn't really think things through before. They didn't try to work through things before. They thought that it would be less complex. They took the easy route, basically. Instead of working through things with Scorpio, they took off to go work through things on their own because that was easier. So here's the thing. On this particular card, this Five of Wands shows these hunters, and they're out there and they're hunting the hippo, because the hippo in ancient Egypt, the hippo was seen as the embodiment of chaos, and this very formidable, big, scary beast, right? So in this, they're not trying to hunt the hippo to kill it, to eat it. They're hunting it to test themselves against chaos, to make order out of chaos, to also test their own bravery and courage. So it's more symbolic. This card is more symbolic. And that's a really important note out of this particular deck, that's a symbolic imagery that we see there, because they took the route that would give them the less stress instead of facing some things that they maybe needed to face with Scorpio. And they regret that. Why didn't they stay beside Scorpio and build something with Scorpio? Why did they, in this case, go away, build themselves into something powerful, and then return, when all of this hints that that's kind of heavy-handed, or high-handed, I should say? Do they recognize that part, that this is kind of coming across? No, because it's what they want. They want the Nine of Cups, and that's to be powerful, to have their life together, and to have Scorpio. So they still are operating off of, which every character operates ultimately off of what's good for them, right? To some fundamental basis. Just like when we're really exhausted, doesn't matter how long we want to still stay awake, at some point our body's going to tell us we're going night. We got to do what's right for us, what's life sustaining for us, or what's joyful. We'll always move toward positive stimuli and away from negative stimuli, you could argue. But in this is pretty indulgent. This is kind of a character who, even though they're coming in with this wonderful offer, it almost looks like Scorpio says, but you're still coming in because it's all about you. It's all about what's convenient for you. Before, it wasn't convenient for you to offer me something. You weren't ready then, so you didn't. Now it's convenient for you to come in, make this wonderful offer. And it's almost like, instead of being elated to see this person show up, this Scorpio saying, but I'm not thrilled and happy about this, because I feel like it's one more thing that tells me it's still all about you. And it doesn't look like this Scorpio is down with it. Now, please remember, these are fictional stories about fictional characters. All we do in these stories is we take a look at things and we try to understand what's the underlying message, the motive, the food for thought that comes out of these fictional stories. And we've got the Hermit, and we've got that Eight of Wands. It kind of looks to me like the Scorpio is going to say, I feel like they're going to tell this character, you need to go do some thinking about like this offer that you're really bringing forward. And do you even know who I am? Why is it me you want to give the offer to? Like, can you tell me something about, like, why didn't you share a journey with me prior to now? And then what journey have you been on? And do you even wonder what my journey has been? Maybe mine's been really lonely. Maybe I've had a lot to heal from. Have you even asked me any of that? When you chose not to be present with me and you went off and you did something else, but now you're coming with this big, huge offer. It's kind of like the Scorpio wants this person to think about it through more than just their own vision, because it's kind of like they're doing a check. Like, is this person always going to be all about them, or do they have the capacity to comprehend how their actions and reactions and behaviors impact others? Because to me, this looks very much like somebody who is just, they're not having any of the like, oh, I'm so excited to see you. Okay, sure, whatever you say, let's just do this. And nor are they turning this person away with some angry bitterness. It's more like they're asking, but do you understand why you're even coming toward me? And have you thought about what my life has been in the time you've been away? And it's almost like, do you really see me as a person, or am I an object to acquire that will make you happy now that the rest of your life is in order and what you need is that final trophy to put on the top of, your like uh I'll say shelf of accomplishments of life. So can this is this character going to think about this? And what is their response to Scorpio? I don't know if I've said this very gently or gracefully, because I don't think Scorpio's being nasty about it at all. They're just being straightforward. Their response is Page of Wands. There is a childlike energy to this character. There is a like they still retain an impulsive energy. Eight of Pentacles and the Tower. Their response is still kind of like, yeah, I know. That's what I want now. I want to build this. And I want to build it from the ground up. This character could be, maybe they have gray hair, but they still have like this spark of energy and vitality to them that could be like an impulsive 10-year-old. And they may have the I don't feel like there's anything venomous or bad in this character. I think that they have a generous heart. I think that they have a lot of love. I think, though, that they do act impulsively. But the thing is, their response here is, yeah, I know exactly why I want to be with my Scorpio. It's what I've been working on. So now we can work on this together, because now I'm ready to work on this. And we can do all this fun stuff, and it's going to be great. And we're going to just start from the ground up, and we're going to build all this, and it's going to be terrific. And da-da-da. Like they come across to me like a character who has a ton of genuine, like, love and caring and energy and excitement for their Scorpio. It doesn't look like there's like this character is some villain in any way, shape, or form. They just have, there is an immaturity, but there's also youthfulness here. But I don't think that they're even selfish per se. I think it's no more selfishness than than anyone is when they see something that they really want, but then they also want to make sure that it goes right. And then they kind of still see things only through their lens, yes, but not because it's necessarily all about them. It's because they're always trying to make things, the right things, work out and work out really well. I actually think in this case, I kind of like this character, to be honest. I mean, they may not go about things right. They may be a little bit like a bull in a tea shop, but there's something kind of sweet about them. Four of Swords. So if Scorpio's reaction is, I'm still going to need some time to think about this offer that you're coming in with, this whole response that you have to our line of conversation, but there is something here that is healing and soothing. If this Scorpio does see this character for in that light that we've kind of painted them in this storyline, then they just might be willing to be with this person again. Even though, I mean, is any character perfect? No. But we didn't see this character just trying to like mess around and tell lies and come back and still get what they want. We saw a little bit more of a complicated character than that, and actually one with a better heart than that. So anyway, I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and thanks for your patience. All right, I'll see you in the next one, and thank you for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing if you do enjoy the Scorpio reads and want to see more of them. Bye.